Following on from our last episode, we safely made it into Mooloolaba with Yosh timing it perfectly in between sets. We navigated our way up the channel, finding a nice place to anchor. Good morning!
Oh,
That's the life.
that's just worth the sail right there. Out of the city, being able to jump off Nandji again. Priceless.
Mooloolaba is like no other place we have been before. It's a boat owner's paradise. There are lots of canals with huge houses on either side, all equipped with their own jetty. Most of them have a sailing vessel or a powerboat on the end of them. We spent our first few days here exploring the waterways and the large houses. We even found a house with an actual palm tree growing inside it, like a tropical paradise. We came to Mooloolaba because Yosh was offered a job working on a boat. We've been here for a week now and he still hasn't gone out. So I don't know if they're just stringing him along, but they're full of empty promises. He keeps ringing them, goes down to the wharf to see them every day. It's just nothing's happening. I don't know, do we stay here? Do we trust them? Or do we go back to Brisbane where Yosh had a job? It's getting pretty tight on our time schedule. We're really feeling it. But Mooloolaba is a beautiful place and we really enjoy it. Marley loves it. He's been having a great time running around, and there's a little bit of beach that he's allowed to run around on off the lead, so we're just trying to stay happy and not let it get us to us too much, but it's actually been pretty stressful. So fingers crossed everything works out. I'm sure it will. It's just testing us at the moment. So yeah, we're hanging in there and just trying to make the right choices. Tension was high, but since Mooloolaba is such a nice place to be with a strong sailing and surfing community, we decided to stick it out a little bit longer. Mooloolaba is our favourite holiday destination with beautiful sandy beaches and an esplanade that runs right along the foreshore. There are beautiful restaurants, cafes and clothing stores lining the streets with tourists filling them, but the main attraction is the ocean. It was week 2 in Mooloolaba and Yosh still hadn't gone out on the boat yet, so we decided to get busy and started working on Nandji. He cut a big hole in her deck. I was a little bit nervous.
It's good.
Seriously, stop being so happy about making this big hole. You're enjoying it way too much. I'm just getting really nervous now.
No, it's alright. Nothing to worry about. I've got it in the bag. It's all good to have a solid bit of glass on top, but if it's rotten underneath, it's just going to keep growing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm getting out all that rot. That's why we got a big hole. The hole's a bit bigger.
Got a big hole. Nandji's got a big hole.
She does.
A big hole. What's she got?
She's got a big hole. A bit bigger than I expected, but it's alright. I'll just have to go buy some more res. Look at that. Rot. It's gotta go. Still have to chisel it out, so rot hasn't set in real solidly, but it's all very wet. No way of drying. So. Yosh to the rescue.
Let's hope that's what it is.
So far in my creations, I've lost 2 chisels and a grinder, all to the ocean. So I'm down to the trusty old handsaw to make this last cut. Phew. The sunroof hole has now peaked at its maximum size. Not a bad effort. No, that's good. I've dug out all the rut, so there's no more damage. Now I've just got to shape up this ply and lay it in there and get the glass on.
Who are you talking to?
Who am I talking to? Do you want to see the hole? The hole is as big as it's going to be. It's big.
How big? Alright, show me the hole. Oh my god. It's freaking huge! What?
Made some progress. No longer a sunroof. I glassed in a couple of boards underneath the pilot house in the kitchen last night. And I'm just trimming up the last couple of boards to fit the hole. I got a little bit more prep to do, a bit of sanding, get this paint off before I glass. Because Benita isn't here, I'm going to mix up the res with a bowl and a spoon. She'd tell me off if she was here, but she's not, so boys rules.
Yosh and I have been planning our first overseas voyage to New Caledonia with the Down Under Rally. We are feeling overwhelmed and underprepared, so we decided to do an offshore cruising course with the Island Cruising Association.
Is to do it before you need to. So go and service absolutely everything on board the boat. Okay. What kind of anchors have you all got?
Manson Supreme.
Have you got the one with the
roll?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's up here and the high pressure. So what creates wind is the gradient of the isobars. So as you can see, the first day out of Brisbane is probably not too good at the moment. You're doing a little bit of tacking, and one of the things about cruising boats is we don't tack.
Essentially what we're trying to do is get you off the coast of Australia and introduce you to how all this works.
Standing watch orders, what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do. As a skipper, it's your responsibility to make sure everybody knows what those standing watch orders are.
So we've just completed our offshore course down here at the Boatworks with John from the Island Cruising Association. So we're going to ask him a few questions and get to know John all about what he does. So can you tell us first about the ICA?
Yeah, Island Cruising Association, essentially, in short, resources and mentoring for people that are thinking of going offshore cruising in their own boats.
It's really about encouraging people to get out there and do them, isn't it?
Yeah, breaking the mold, giving them the confidence to get over that hurdle and make the decision to get out there and start living life.
Well said. Because I guess it's the fear of the great unknown. That's what everyone's afraid of, and that's basically why we first come to you about that. How many years have you been cruising for, and how long were you just cruising before you decided to go offshore?
Well, we were a little bit like you. When we first wanted to get offshore, we were younger than the typical cruiser. Our first year away was 1995 when we went away cruising with our 7-year-old and 9-year-old son and daughter. So best thing we ever did.
Well, here's the critical one, I suppose. We all want to know about what is the perfect cruising boat, and what boat do you sail, and in your opinion, what is the perfect cruising boat? Okay, well, I'll answer the perfect cruising boat first, because there's no such thing. Exactly. Everything is a compromise.
Yeah. And when we looked at Windflower, our boat, she's a 43-foot Hartley Fijian, very heavy displacement boat. She's also made out of ferrous cement, so she's not your standard type of cruising boat. But we've done a lot of modifications and a lot of changes to her. But the ideal cruising boat, probably the one that you've got.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Go Nandji. Absolutely. What is the main thing, do you think, that holds people back from doing such things as what you've done blue water cruising and just getting out there. What do you think that holds people back from making that decision?
Yeah. I think a lot of people are scared of what other people are going to think of them, particularly parents and friends. You ask your friends, what are you doing that? You must be mad. Get off it. So, and a little bit of the fear of the unknown, and that's what island cruising is there for, is to give you the resources to make sound decisions, give you a hand to get your boat ready to go.
And so, so your rally, you guys will leave from New Zealand?
New Zealand, being that 1,000 miles further to the east, opens up the rest of the Southwest Pacific, particularly getting to Tonga and Fiji, which from Australia direct is a hard slog.
Yeah, that's something we would like to do. But it's because of that, it's a hard slog. But then the thought of crossing the Tasman and going into the cold waters, I guess that's an even bigger fear of ours as well. Like first crossing an ocean, that's a big one, but then doing it in cold water, it just sounds like survival.
Well, the Tasman's got a stigma to it. If you can do the right weather pattern, get the right weather window, you can have a really nice passage across to New Zealand. And it's the same with you going to New Caledonia. It's weather dependent, and you wait until the conditions are right. So patience. Don't cruise to a schedule.
Yeah. So on a finishing note, do you have any advice for people that want to go offshore cruising, or just want to go cruising in general? Is there any advice that you'd give to these people?
Yep. Just do it.
Damn
do
straight.
it now.
Do it. Just do it. That's awesome. Thanks very much, John.
Okay.
Welcome.
Great. Cheers.
Appreciate it.
So I'm here with Lynn from the Island Cruising Association, and we're just going to ask a few questions. So the first one is, what do you think is the main thing that holds people back from taking the first step into offshore cruising?
I think for women, because we're talking about women in most cases, for most women when they're cruising, it's the partner, it's their big dream. It's not always the woman's big dream. And for us, it was me doing the pushing, so I'm in a minority there, but for women, it's really hard to leave that solid base, the family, the home, the security that goes, because when you throw off those lines, the security is not necessarily there, and that can be a really, really big step for a lot of women to take, a lot of men to take. It's not just on the women either. Some men, they keep making excuses, I need this, I need that, and it's not because the boat's not ready, it's because they are not ready to take that step.
And how do you deal with fear?
Fear, yeah. Well, I was very lucky because although I wanted to do the first passage we ever did in 95, I made the choice to fly with the children, mainly to appease the grandmothers. You know, you've got to keep the grandmothers happy, and the kids were very excited, so we didn't want to put extra pressure on John, first passage out. You've got to get over that fear, don't let it rule you, overcome it as you do in anything. Even driving around here, I think it's worse driving down the road sometimes than it is out on the ocean.
Yeah, it's far more dangerous.
Far more dangerous, far more scary, I can tell you.
Alright, it's been lovely talking with you, Lynn.
It's been lovely, and I'm glad that you're here and that you had a lot out of the weekend, and it doesn't stop there.
That's episode 25, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's just me at the moment. Yosh is away. He's finally working, so the ball is rolling. We're both working, and we've got some really exciting adventures ahead that we just are so nervous and so excited about. So, yay! I just want to say a massive thank you to John and Lynn from the Island Cruising Association. Thank you guys so much for having us on your course. We went in there feeling overwhelmed and underprepared, but we had questions about weather forecasting, heavy storm tactics, and also satellite and radar systems, and you guys answered all of our questions. We finally have some direction in what we need to do to get ready, and we're feeling a lot more confident about going overseas. So thank you guys so much. Job well done. A big thank you to the music artist, which is Stork. Thanks for letting us use your track, and what a banger it is. And also a big thank you to our newest patrons. I've got a big list here, so let's run through them. We've got Jay Tully, Robert, Edward, Sail Before Sunset, James, Ben, David, Mark, Wes, Stephen, Granite, and SV Bakari. Welcome to the Sailing Nandji family. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. If you haven't already become a patron, you click the link up here, or there's a link in the description below. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here in Mooloolaba, and it's my day off work, so I'm going to go for a surf and take Marley for a run on the beach. I just need to get off the boat. Hope you guys are all having a lovely day. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Be safe as always and have fun. Peace.